Hey everyone, how are you? We have done a couple of how-to videos for the air fryer and for the blender and for the deluxe grill and griddle, and I forgot that we also need to do one for the Flex Prep Plus, so I decided to go ahead and do one for you. This is the newest and latest gadget that we have from Pampered Chef. Our new products are due to come out March 1st, 2022, so I'm looking forward to and hoping that we're gonna have another power tool gadget because it's just been so much fun. But this has been fantastic because it's replaced so much in my kitchen, and I wanted to come in really quickly and share some information with you on how these things worked and kind of how the tools all interact together. So let me go ahead and show you. So the Flex Prep Plus is a great item. It is a great item to get at 50% off when you host a show because it is a bigger priced power tool item. We have this amazing wand, and this wand right here is basically your power pack. So this is what's going to make everything kind of work together. You still need a battery, and there's actually two of them. One here can go like this and snap right on, and it will help to go ahead and get everything started, but you also have a backup battery, and each of them lasts for about 30 minutes apiece. So really great. Cordless, obviously, because it's got a battery pack, which is really great for you to be able to take it and do things over top of your stove or take it into your counters and things like that without having to worry about cords all over the place. So the first part of it is our food processor. This is a 6-cup food processor. I highly recommend hand washing this and not putting it in the dishwasher. My dishwasher gets a little hot and it tends to warp things, so I always hand wash mine. But it is really great because you can do everything in here from coleslaw to if you have to make like short crust pastry and you need to take cold butter and flour and you want to mix it all up so it's like sand, this is the perfect thing for that. So anything that you would use a food processor for, grating cheese, all of that. And so let's talk about that. You get not one, but 2 of these really great discs that go with it. And so you can go ahead and take it, and this side right here is the thicker side, and then this side right here is the thinner side. So it actually flips one way or the other. So again, doing cabbage or Parmesan cheese, or if you're gonna do regular cheese, just make sure it's cold. I put my cheese like in the freezer for 15 minutes just so that it's definitely got some give to it. Any soft cheeses is gonna get a little gummy, so you wanna be very careful. The other top tip that I would give is that when you go ahead and put these in here, start your blades first, then put your cheese in so that it's already moving and you're not having to worry about hitting against the cheese and then kind of catching it that way, if that makes sense. So this here is a great slicer. So if you are slicing things like carrots or celery or things that you need to make really, really thin, this right here is going to be it. In the same way with the other one side is thin and then you can flip it over and the other side is thick. So this is really great for that as well. So I'm sure you're wondering, well, how the heck is it going to stand up in there? This blade right here is that way. So you would put this in here, and this actually has 2 sections. So let me pull this off first. That is the top for it. So if I was to go ahead and put the blades in, and they're super sharp, so be very careful. As with Pampered Chef, all things are super sharp. But you can stick it in here, stick it in there, and then you can kind of see how it's gonna work. Or if you are using not this blade, I wanna make sure when I take this off, I'm real careful. This right here is the mixer blade, and so it can do the flour and stuff that I was talking about with the cold butter, or if you have like, say you guys make Oreo balls at Christmas time and you need to grind up Oreos, or graham crackers. You know, graham cracker crumbs are actually not only more expensive, but they have so many fillers in them. And if you just bought regular graham crackers, you could stick this in here and you could put it down and it will go ahead and mix everything up for you like a really fine powder. So that's fantastic as well. So obviously there's a lid. You want to take the lid and you're going to take it and put it here and then turn it so that you have it locked in. There's a little section right here that you'll be able to see when you get it and it locks itself in. This piece right here is your food pusher. Again, it is not like a regular food processor. You don't have to shove your food inside. It is literally something that guides your food in. So especially with things like cheese and so forth, you just want to make sure that you guide it in there. But it's really great to be able to do that. So you can see this section right here. This is where you would take the wand and you would snap it into place. So you can see that it snaps in really easily. And as we always say, if you can remember the other words, the battery is the last to arrive to the party and the first to leave. So you can put the battery on and you can go ahead and go from there. As you can see, the light's lit up right here. Super easy. And what you'll want to do is just make sure that there's a plus and a minus button here. You want to make sure that you go as fast or as slow as you need to. underneath the wand, there is a little tiny blue dot right here. This blue dot is your safety. So you're gonna push that, and that is going to light this up, which is going to allow you to start. So if you push this and you wait longer than 5 seconds, it will go off because it doesn't want you grabbing something and not being ready, and then all of a sudden stuff goes all over the place. So that's how you use the food processor. It really has changed some things for me, and I will also tell you great things. If you have a food processor that is something that you have to pull out of the bottom of your cabinet and it's heavy and you've got all these attachments and so forth, this is it. This is all you have for these for the food processor. And I bought myself a little 9x9 basket, and everything from this Flex Prep fits in there. So that's one of the best parts about it, is that it doesn't take up too much counter space or under the counter space depending on where you store it. All right. So we're gonna take the battery off and let's go to the next section. So the next section is actually my favorite, and I'm gonna reach over and grab it. It is our Immersion Blender, and I love an Immersion Blender. It is so easy, and what I love about ours is that this right here is not going to scratch the bottom of your pan or your pot or whatever you've decided to use it for, because it's got a little bit more of it's like a plastic gray setting on here. So it's not silicone, but it's definitely not something that's metal that's gonna scratch on it, and it actually protects your blades as well. So again, you're gonna grab your wand. You're gonna want to take sure, there's definitely a right and a wrong way to do it, so you wanna make sure you snap it in the right way. And there's your Immersion Blender. Again, the battery last to arrive, and you can see how it lit up here. And then again, with the power thing, you're gonna do that on the back, and then you can blend. This is great for soups or sauces, pizza sauce. Somebody I know the other day made an amazing pizza sauce. This comes with it, so you can actually put things inside of here and do your Immersion Blender in here. You can take diced tomatoes and our everything but the pizza seasoning and some garlic and put it in there and make yourself your own homemade pizza sauce. Again, do you know how much the additives and fillers or things like that are in those types of things in the grocery store? If you can make it from scratch, why not? Speaking of which, you could make your homemade mayonnaise in here, eggs and all the stuff that you would put in here, and you could basically a little bit of oil and make fresh homemade mayonnaise. And then this has a great little lid for it, so if you need to store it in your refrigerator for later on, you definitely can do so. Any sort of soups or sauces or things like that, I use mine. I make a homemade pumpkin soup every year, and my pumpkin soup, I will take it and put it on the stove and let it simmer for hours and hours, and when it's all done, it's going to be great because all I have to do is immerse the onions and the carrots and all that kind of stuff that have gotten soft with the Immersion Blender. So it is a great addition to the Flex Prep. So last thing I'm going to share with you is our hand mixer. The hand mixer is awesome, again, because it's cordless. So if I'm trying to do cookie batter, or if I'm making meringue, or if I'm doing other things like that, this is really fantastic for it. You want to go ahead and snap in, make sure I've got it in the right section, the back part of it, and you have not one, but 2 sets of beaters. So the first set of beaters are a balloon whisk, and if you don't know, a balloon whisk actually gets more air into things. Whipped cream, meringues, that kind of stuff. When you're trying to get air into something, that's what you're gonna use. And all you wanna do is just snap in the beaters right there, and that'll be it for you. Now, when you release these, I will tell you this is really strong, so make sure that you push the button but hold the beaters at the same time, just so they don't go flying across the room. I do speak from experience. So the other thing we have is just a regular beater, so cookie dough or anything that you've got to kind of get cake batter, that kind of stuff, you can just stick it in here, stick the other one in here, and it's all locked down and it's super easy. So then with this one, you have an actual safety on the side. So there's nothing up underneath it. It's a little bit different. You hold that safety and it will go ahead. And did I do it the right way? Let me make sure that I'm all in here. You'll hold it off to the side. And I didn't put my battery on. My goodness gracious, nobody reminded me. So let's go ahead and do that. And I snapped that off because I pushed the wrong button. So let me put that in there. I am definitely pampered, not perfect. So let's make sure. You know what, I think these actually have a right and wrong side too. So that is perfect, much a little better. So as you can see, I've got it here, it's on. I'm gonna push this button here right on the side. And when I do that, you can see everything is lit up. And there I go. So a little bit easier. So I'm glad that we did that together because sometimes people are like, it's not working and I can't figure out why. And all you have to do is just troubleshoot it a little bit. Speaking of which, we have this incredible book that comes with it, as well as a whole bunch of cooking guides and things that you can make with it. So definitely giving you some really good ideas. Everything from a white chocolate icebox cake to vegan black bean soup, which is really, really yummy and super easy to make. And of course, we've got everything also in here that gives you all of the pieces and how they're supposed to work. But sometimes I just like to see it in person and I like to see it in action. I have used this so much and it is just awesome. Again, you can host a show and get it for free. You can join my team and you can also get it for free. And so I have mine for free, which makes me happy, but it is definitely a piece that is a staple. So if you're looking to give a really nice wedding gift, or if you want to give something to somebody who's starting out for the brand new apartment, this would be a really great gift to have. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, ask in the comments below, and I'm looking forward to seeing how you use yours when you get it. All right, take care.